The Leonine Misbegotten fight can be one of the most challenging fights early on in Elden Ring, and in this video I want to show you my strategy for getting through that. Now the strategy is pretty similar no matter whether you're playing ranged or melee here. Because the guy is so aggressive, you basically have to roll or block a lot and create separation if you're ranged, or, get in close and melee if you're a melee character. Having a shield for this fight helps tremendously, but his attacks deal so much stamina damage that unless you use barricade, you're probably not going to be blocking much. So probably most characters are going to opt to roll through his attacks and try and, dodge out of the way and then get in some shots. Both of these are viable strategies, but just keep in mind that you're probably going to be dodging more than blocking unless you're using barricade. His swings tend to be horizontal for the most part and very erratic, which means that you have to time your dodges really well. I feel like dodging forward more than dodging backward works far more often because he tends to be aggressive and go through you. So if you dodge forward, you have less of an area that you can get hit from. But you also need to be on the lookout for his jumps. Sometimes he'll jump up into the air, and you need to make sure that you time your rolls when this happens so that you catch the iframes in the roll. And if you're melee, you're rolling towards him to get some shots in when he lands. And if you're ranged, you're rolling away from him to create separation to get in shots with your bow or with your magic spells. Also, if you're a magic user for this fight, having the glintstone failing spell, the one with the daggers floating above your head, works really well because he's really aggressive and that spell works really, really well against aggressive enemies. You also want to pay particular attention to his sort of 3-hit combo where he goes swipe, swing, and then raises his sword over his head and sort of spins trying to track you and comes down with his sword. That attack right there, if you can sidestep that last swing where he comes down vertically, gives you a huge opening to get in massive damage. Also, be on the lookout for his stomp ability. Sometimes he'll sort of stomp and then he'll swing his sword around heavily. You want to be careful because if you get caught in that, it's very, very hard to dodge. But again, I recommend dodging forward rather than dodging backward most of the time through that because it tends to spin through you. But you want to be careful when he does that stomp, and you don't either want to be close or you want to roll through if you're already too close.